already written the book, but what if you could double your online earnings with some audio books? I want to show you the step-by-step process to getting income from audiobooks. I'm going to start off with, if I can manage the tech, to share my screen so you can see my royalty reports. Because I've just had to sign up for the switching platforms, and it reminded me, hey, I haven't shared this with people. So you will now be seeing my screen, and I want to just go down to when I started on this platform, which was back in December 2021, so almost 4 years ago. So just so you know, I'm not making this up, that this is something that I've been doing. I've been around for a while. And as you can see, great start in December 2021. No transactions at all. I did not earn any royalties. But the next month, January 22, started earning royalties. Guess what happened? The next month, more. May, no more transactions that month. June, back on track, earning. July, earning. August, earning. September, no transactions, but back on track. October, off the wagon again in November, back on track in December. So you can see it's a bit up and down, especially when you first start. You're not going to earn money every month with your audiobooks, especially if you haven't released many titles. Like if you've only got one title out there and you're not marketing it when it first comes out, you might fall off the wagon and have no transactions. But once you get into a rhythm of earning, it very rarely stops. And I've never had it stop. I've had it slow down like for 1 month and then back on track the next month. And so I want to talk to you about like the range of, it's not just people buying your books and they can buy your audiobook anywhere in the world, but it's also libraries. I get a lot of my income from libraries. They will sign up to your audiobook and people from their community can go in and listen to your audiobook, and they can borrow your audiobook so they can listen to it in the car or when they're going for a walk, or some people even listen to it in the shower. I'm like, I have other things to do in the shower. But anyway, each to their own. So anyway, 22, bit hit and miss. 23, started off on track. Straight away in February, off track. But then, look at this. March, April, May, June, all on track. July, missed a month. But again, you just get back. Now, this is the worst ever, where I had 2 months in a row, September and October 2023, where there was no transactions at all. And also, coincidentally, I think I was in lockdown during the time. So other people might have been a bit distracted with COVID and things too. Or maybe that was 22. I don't know. Anyway, had the worst couple of months. But then back on track again and earning in January, in February, in March, in April, in May, in June, in July, in August, in September, in October, in November, in December. Yes, that whole year of 2024, earning royalties every month. And then like going into 2025, January, February, March, April, May, June. We haven't got July yet, but I know that there's been sales in July as well. So once I get that report, so your reports are done like after the end of the month. And yeah, I just want to show you that so that you know that there is the potential for you to have income coming in monthly. Now, I know a lot of you will have monthly bills like rent or mortgage or electricity or gas or internet or whatever your monthly bills are, and you'll want to have some income that covers those monthly bills. Well, the best way to start is with monthly income. So there's lots of ways that you can earn money online out there, but not all of them will give you a monthly income. With audiobooks, they pay you monthly. So there's a payout. As long as you hit the threshold, there's a payout every month. And I find that really helpful. Even if I'm getting a little bit of money, I'd rather just have some cash flow every month to help out with the bills, right? So let me just pause for a second. if you've written a book, like an ebook or a paperback, and you haven't yet turned that into an audiobook, I'm sorry, but you are missing out on money. You are leaving money on the table, but you're also missing out on a whole group of people who would love to have your content, but just can't access it because the way that they access content is mainly through audiobooks. You'd be surprised how many times I see on Facebook people going on a road trip or have to go, on a business trip. I need recommendations for audiobooks for the 6 hour drive or the 3 hour drive or whatever. And I'm like, of course, people are, they want to have entertainment. They want to have content. They want to have something to keep them company while they're on a long solo trip. People that are, in flights all the time. They maybe watch a movie the first time. They're all excited. Oh, it's the latest release. And then they go through. If it's a long flight, they've probably done the whole of the entertainment that they're interested in by the end of that first flight. And if they're doing it a lot, then they need some more content, and audiobooks are great for that sort of thing. So the global audiobook market is just exploding. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's not a shrinking, dying market at all. It's quite the opposite. There's more and more people all the time that are interested in your audio content. So we need to get you shifting along. So the first step is to get the manuscript from your book, the book that you've already written, or if you haven't written, you can start from scratch with an audiobook. I just prefer to do like the paperback, the hardback, the ebook, Kindle version, and the audiobook version all at once. So I just start with the manuscript from my paperback version, and I just go through, give it a scan to see if there's anything in there that doesn't make sense for an audiobook version. So what are those things? Well, sometimes I'll say, like, further down on this page, I'll discuss. It doesn't make sense for audiobook because they're not on a page. They're not looking at anything. So you'll have to say things, I'm about to discuss, or later on, I will discuss this. So just a few tweaks. It's not the whole content that you have to rearrange. Also, if you've referred to a diagram or a graph or a photo or something, you have to paint an audible picture for the reader to hear. So there's a few tweaks that you have to make, but trust me, it's not that much. So you can then move on to, and this is a big decision, narration. Who is going to narrate your audiobook? Are you going to do it yourself? Or are you going to get someone else to do it? If you're going to get someone else to do it, there are so many marketplaces out there with people who will do voiceovers and narrate a whole audiobook for you. And, some of them are quite famous and well known and very gifted and skilled in the use of their voice. They've done animated films and things like that, and they know how to convey such emotion or drama or get information punched across so that you learn it quickly. So there are experts out there. I just prefer to do it myself, because it's the cheapest option. I don't have to pay anyone else to do it, but also because I know what I was intending when I wrote that. And the feedback that I've had from my audiobook readers is that they love hearing my voice. They love hearing me say things and the way that I say things. So even though I have an Australian accent and most of my audiobook income comes from America, no one ever says to me, we hate your accent. Why didn't you get an American to do this? They actually love the authenticity of hearing me say it. So I would just, say go the DIY route if it's your first one. If that scares you or you don't have the time, because it does take a long time, like you would be setting aside hours and hours, and I do it over days because my voice gets tired. I didn't realize that before I started doing this much voice work, but my voice can't handle doing hours and hours and hours. I have to sort of split it up over a number of days. If you don't have time to do that or you don't want to do that, then set aside a budget, like maybe start with $250 You can go to Fiverr and get someone who'll do it for $5, but you get what you pay for. And it's probably better to get the whole book done by one person, and Fiverr might have limits on it. And I find the people that are on the like marketplaces that have Audible experience around about the $250 mark for the books that I write, which just are about 120 pages in paperback format. So they're not huge, big books. And then you can publish via Audible. I use a different one. It used to be called Findaway, and they've just changed it. I think it's called Invoices now. No, In Audio. Voices by In Audio is the platform that I use, and you can see that I've been getting those monthly income checks. But once it's published there, they then send it to all the audiobook places like Audible, which is the big one where most people listen. We can publish it direct, especially if you're an American. When I first signed up, you couldn't publish direct if you're an Australian. That's why I went kind of this route. So it's sort of up to you. Now, once you've got all your files uploaded, and that's really simple. It's just like a form, like any other web page, and you just go, yep, that's my audio file, upload that. And you can change titles and reorder it for your table of contents and all those sorts of things if you want to. But once you've got that done, then you have to do some marketing. So some people do really extensive marketing. I don't. I don't do book tours. I'm not everywhere on every platform. I don't talk about my book all the time. But once I launch it, I will do a couple of posts on like my personal Facebook page. I'll upload something to YouTube probably, might do a TikTok, bit of Instagram, but I don't do a lot. And I also, the main way that I do marketing is when people contact me and ask me something. For some reason, people ask me things all the time. I usually say, I've got a book about that, and I send them the link to my audiobook. And because it's the fastest way for them to consume the content, I know that they can listen to it on the bus or the train home or in the car or whatever. I don't have to post anything out. They don't have to wait. And they seem to prefer that. And so a lot of my marketing is that. And then might follow up with them and say, hey, did you get a chance to listen to that? And do you know anyone else who might like that kind of content if it was helpful? So that's the simple kind of marketing that I do, but you can go all out. You can set aside a budget and just buy ads on Facebook, ads on Google. You can do things in your community through your own library, all sorts of things. Like the world of book marketing is just limitless, but that's just what I do. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If this has been helpful, then please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, share it with a friend. And if you want to have a listen to my audiobooks, then just search for Miss Shaz Jones audiobooks and you'll get all of the links. So some of the titles that you'll see are, I'll just show you. No, I can't show you because I've clicked off that. But anyway, some of my titles are Real Estate, Bible Hacks, Thou Shalt Divorce is probably the one that gives me the biggest and best income still, even though I wrote it a few years ago. And that's the other thing, like when you write a book, don't just think, oh, well, that was last year's book and not promote it, because people will always have an interest in the topic. If there was enough interest to write about it in the first place, then there will be ongoing interest usually. So that's my tips. I hope that you really start earning that extra income from your books by selling audiobooks, because it's the next best thing to having a new book out, is having a new format of an old book out. So hope that helps. Thank you.